And in front of you, you have the 7-Up Jazz combo from George Stevens Academy, directed by Stephen Orlovsky. And at the back table, from your right, Sal DeFusco in the guitar department at Berklee.
Thank you.
Multiple internationally acclaimed instruction DVDs, manages 2 prominent R&B bands, and has his own band.
Whoa.
All right.
Next to him, Dave Weigert. Also, he's in the ensemble department as I am. Author of jazz workshops for bass and drums, clinics in Valencia, Spain, Seoul, Korea, Mexico, Athens, Greece.
Cool.
In the harmony department, he was in the U.S. Air Force Band of Liberty as an arranger and composer, done musical theater as a composer, and studied at the Eastman School of Music.
All right.
Good morning. Thank you very much for being here. We're going to play 3 songs for you. First one's Joy Spring by Clifford Brown, Morning Song by Scott Reeves, and last, To and Fro by Daniel Baird. 7-Up Jazz Combo by George Stevens.
Don't go, guys, there's more.
Let's hear it again for the seventh. And the judges have decided that their award goes to Oliver.
All right.
And now, Dennis Cesari will come up and talk to the band about their performance. He's a professor in the ensemble department, and he's played with over 50 internationally known stars, and he just got back from Thailand playing for the Queen's birthday.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, how are you?
Great.
Great.
I'm really going to be, excuse my back, I'm going to be talking to these young musicians here. Fabulous job, guys, really fabulous. I'm going to take a little bit of time because we're on lunch break, right guys? Is this our lunch break? They're very busy. They're busy writing. It is, okay, so I'm going to take a little extra time if you guys don't mind. So you did such a great job. I've got a lot of notes. I want to sort of go through everyone and give you some positive feedback on what we did really well, and then talk to you about what you could do to improve and move it up a step. Okay. First of all, in general, the Joyce Brent was a really nice balance, really well played. I like the arrangement. Great use of the flute with the trumpet, the Barry, and it was a nice blend. It worked well. On Morning Song, it was a nice sound for the two flutes.
That's beautiful.
That sounded really good. A solid arrangement. Who does the arrangement?
That was actually composed by Scott Reeves,
Oh,
professor at I think it's in City College of New York.
oh, okay. Yeah, very nice arrangement.
Yeah, of course we did what we needed to do too.
Yeah. Well, before I forget, I think we really should give Steve a nice round of applause.
Yeah.
You guys are from Blue Hill? Yeah. Okay, I spent a lot of time in Fort Fairfield.
Ah.
So I know where Blue Hills is. It's a long ways from here.
Yeah.
I give you all a round of applause for coming all the way down here. To and fro. Nice horn introduction. I really like that. It worked really well. Between the bass, guitar, and piano, you guys did some nice communication. It worked well with what you did together between the two of you. Okay. Excuse me. Myra, flute, trumpet, flugelhorn, and you play them all well. That's excellent. Keep up the doubles, really. It's great to double. You'll always work. Both of you, when you played flugelhorn, it sounded like a flugelhorn. So many trumpet players play flugelhorn and they try to sound like I don't know if they try, but it sounds like a trumpet. There's a major difference between the two in the sound. And you guys got it across, and I thought that was great. Really nice tone, very, very solid. It was right there. I could hear you clearly in the back most of the time. Baxter, Barry, right? Yeah. Nice countertones and lines on Morning Song. I don't know if those were written or not, but you kind of intertwined really well, and I like that a lot. Nicholas, solid comping, very tasty solos. Yeah, they were a pleasure to listen to. They really came across well. David, your lead-off solo was spot on Joyce Spring. It brought the band right up to where it needed to be. Really good comping. How long did you work on that Montuno? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, 3 months.
Yeah, that's really hard to play. And I appreciate it. I play keys and trumpet, and that was amazing. That's not easy to do. Good job. Oliver, solid solo, Joy, on all the way through. Held the band together, push. At times, the band was a little reluctant as to where are we, and I think you brought them in. And that was really good. You're holding a lot of the band together, and that's really important. Joseph, good time. Nice solo in context. When you had that solo, it was very musical, and it was right in context of the style, which is so important so that you don't, you're playing a Montuno, you want to sound like you're playing a Montuno, you don't want to sound like you're playing with The Who. Right? Dated myself, sorry. Never played with The Who, I guess. Never played with The Who. A couple of things to work on, guys, and lady. Be careful not to rush. Some of your drum fills, now it's probably nerves, because I would be nervous in front of all these people too. I mean, look at them. But a couple of the fills kind of pushed a little bit too much and had to be brought back. But you did bring it back, which is really good. You caught it. But be careful not to rush on your drum fills. Everyone, play a little positive. I feel like you're a little hesitant. I think this is what I want to play at the moment. Instead of, listen to me. Let them hear it. Play a wrong note loud. They'll think you're doing it on purpose. But if you play a note soft, even if it's right and you hold back on it, the audience is going to sense it. They're not going to know what you did wrong or why you did that, but they're going to sense sort of a hesitation, and they're not going to feel that positive feel. And, so always play, project forward. Don't ever lay back. Unless it's the tune calls for laying back. But even then, be positive in how you approach your notes. Smile. Guys, look at him. He's so serious. Must have been the trip down from Maine. But you gotta smile. You gotta smile because really, if you got up there and the first thing you did was Your whole audience changes their feel. You are in control of how they feel. You can make them cry. I've seen it. You can make them laugh. You can make them happy. But if you come up here and you look like, I'm going to play now, they're not going to get excited. And the whole idea, I think, of why you're playing is because you want to communicate to people. All right? What you're doing is communicating. So be sure that you do that in a positive way and smile. Don't be afraid to smile. Did you know that the Lawrence Welk Band? Now they really don't know. Do you know they had rehearsals smiling while they played? Yes. Even the horn players had to have that little smile on their arm. Okay? I know that because a very good friend of mine still runs them, and they're still running around, mostly down south. Lynn Viviano, who I think is here today, judging in another room. Yeah. So I do know that smiling is really important. Horns. Play out. You got buried a couple of times. You all have really good tone on all the instruments that you play. Okay? Don't be afraid to play out. Push the sound. You know, you were not too loud. This is a strange room. It's hard to play in. You never played in it before, so you're not sure. But always be positive. I'd rather say tone it down a little bit. I think Steve would do that if he heard you too loud. Play out and be on top of it. On your solos, work on direction. You all had really good solos. Nobody here who flopped on a solo. But work on direction. What are you saying? Who are you talking to? You're talking to these guys behind you, right? So when you talk to them in a sentence, don't you talk with exclamation points and commas and then move on, and periods when you end the sentence. Your solos should do the same. Have questions and then answers. Have commas. Take a pause. Take a breath. Go back. Think about what you just said and now respond to it. So build your solos. Don't build them too prematurely. Make sure that you hit the height when you want that height. You're all capable of doing that. So make sure that you hit that when you want to. Sometimes you want to, like, 8 measures before the end of your solo, and then bring them back down. So the audience is like, oh, okay. Yeah. You control them. Control them. Get louder, get higher. Get them excited, and then put them right down. Let them crash, because they love that. Okay? And don't be afraid to take a breath. To just, okay, here I go. All right? And reflect on what you just did. And trading fours. I'd like to see more trading fours in the band, so that they interact with each other and build off of each other a little bit more. I think that would help their performance in speaking their instrument. Okay? You guys have any questions?
Thanks very much.
All right, thank you.
All right.